When the asteroid struck, it remade our world. Your mission today shall not be easy. You won't go alone to the surface. In fact, I'm sending many teams. Collect the data I need. Take it if you must. Protect it if you can.
At first glance, Scavengers, an upcoming free-to-play game, is looking like just another calculated survival PvE shooter or battle royale game that's gonna get forgotten in about a month after its release, set to be in early 2021. That's what a lot of people thought at first in the comments section when the first trailer was released. Alright, another game you have to keep warm, hydrate yourself, fight random creatures, and craft some stuff along the way. We've seen this plenty of times. Scavengers has all of that actually, but what it offers at its core is so much more, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing and reading so far about it. It is definitely a game I could get into. First of all, Scavengers is a game coming from Midwinter Entertainment developers, led by Halo veterans Josh Holmes and Mary Olson, creators of the Halo 5 Warzone component and more in the Halo franchise. Now take this Warzone element and add a lot more to it and make it its own game. Seen through its new gameplay trailer, which shows a much more updated Scavengers project, it is an extremely more evolved version of Halo's Warzone firefight, building off of its large-scale player versus enemy formula, with a fleshed out open world. There's a lot more players in this open world at the same time, there's crafting elements and a heavy survival approach. If you guys already knew about Scavengers, we can already clearly see a massive difference in its new trailer compared to earlier footage. It is looking much more polished and well designed. Thanks to the new IGN article on it, Scavengers is said to be the game you're looking for if you're bummed out of the battle royale games or the traditional shooters that keep releasing on. And it's gonna be free to play, so everyone will be able to try it. Let's start with the new details that has been given. Scavengers will have up to 60 players per match online, in 20 teams of 3 people, which according to them has definitely necessitated an upscale of the frozen, post-apocalyptic Earth world as well. The developers have created and updated a lot of parts in it. You'll now battle in a 9 square kilometer tundra with occasional storms that necessitate you keeping yourself warm to survive, and there will be a lot more AI foes to contend with as well, and some of these AIs definitely look like the Flood from Halo. Other enemies will be wolves, bears, hostile survivors, and much more. Players must also grapple with the classic resource meters that will be familiar to any fan of survival games, including hunger, body heat, and a plague-like virus that the zombies can inflict on you and your friends. These elements will be very important for you to stay alive. 2 really cool things that differentiate Scavengers from battle royale games is, first of all, it has AI enemies, and second of all, you're not necessarily looking to kill the other players. At first, each team crashes onto this hostile planet. The teams then scout around and explore their environment, picking up the most important things like food and basic weapons, battling low-level computer-controlled enemies to claim their first foothold on this world. Beyond that, each team will have to engage in a sort of scavenging race to level up their gear faster than their competitors, with armor and character-specific weapons locked behind hides, dropped by hostile animals, and weapon shards that you obtain by scrapping subpar weapons. As all the team in the world is trying to master their environment, they gather what is called samples, which gives you bonus points at the end of the game each time. After enough time passes, a dropship will descend to the icebound planet to collect you and send you back to your satellite home. If you manage to get onto the dropship, you win the match, even if you don't have many samples. Now where it gets tricky is that 57 other players will be doing the same thing as yourself and your team. Since the samples you can get during a match will extremely help your overall progress as a player in the game, there's a powerful incentive for aggressive aggressive players to ambush teams with depleted resources late in the game in order to collect their samples. One day you could be fighting alongside 3, 4, 5 or 10 other teams to kill the AIs, and the other day these teams will try and kill you in your back. Thus a massive online battle will ensue. You will always win as long as you have samples that haven't been stolen by players. But concerning just that, a new addition to Scavengers has been added and confirmed when the new trailer was revealed. It is the ability to bank resources. You can now bank the resources you picked at certain points around the map, points which will be hidden. This means you won't lose everything if another team beats you down and takes what you have, but you will have to find those points. One other new addition to Scavengers is vehicles. You will be able to roam around the world with different vehicles that have not been shown yet actually. For a free-to-play game, it looks like it will have a lot of content and could definitely bring a massive player base. So each match has 3 phases. In the build phase, players equip their scavenger and plan strategy with their teammates. The second phase, known as Hunt, sees players fight and ally with other human players if you want to complete objectives, gather resources, and battle against AI-controlled enemy factions. And the final phase is called Extract, where the surviving scavengers must find and defend launch zones in order to escape with their resources into the coming ship. Large and unpredictable AI populations combined with the balance of cooperation and competition between the human players will create really different gameplay each time you play. There are 3 enemy factions controlled by the AI, which players will have to contend with: the Salient, the Outlanders, and the Scourge. They can be capturing areas of the map and becoming the dominant force in an area, feeding back into the moment-to-moment gameplay in really unpredictable ways. The Salient are robot enemies using high-tech gear. The Outlanders are human survivors just like the player, but AI controlled. And the Scourge is a faction of creatures infected by the virus I talked about earlier, which can literally go into an animal, turning them into revenant monsters. Each faction will fight the other players. More players can join the battle, but will be heavily outnumbered, encouraging care and strategy for each moment. You guys can already sign up for the playtest if you're looking to play it, but at the moment you cannot make any gameplay videos as it is under NDA. For now, Scavengers is slated to release in early 2021 for free to all Xbox One, PS4 and PC players, and since it releases next year, the next gen consoles might definitely follow, so stay tuned for that. For now, I'm really liking what I'm seeing and I'll be playing the playtest whenever I can. Let me know if you guys are interested in this game too. Alright guys, I'm really looking forward to this game, and if you are too, make sure you drop a like on this video for more videos like these because I plan on making more, and subscribe to stay tuned. Make sure you check out my 2 latest videos on the channel, which also talks about 2 non-AAA games that are arriving in 2021 and are looking really good. Thanks to Rickno23, Themistocles, Pedro Oliveira and Jigglyboy for being a master member on the channel. You can become a survivor member for 99 cents only. It'll support me and the channel as whole. Thanks for watching.